All right, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Adams coming to you from my house today because, spoiler alert, we're going to be checking the fire alarms today. So at least they gave us a heads up today. And on what was a Wednesday, the fire alarms went off. And I'm like, I'm not messing with this. And I went home. And then in the email, it's like, if the fire alarm goes off, we didn't tell you, you need to leave the building. So that's pretty funny. So anyway, okay. Today, we're going to do OnShape. All right. Ugh. Come on, hurry. Lopes. My dog hears me talking to someone, and he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And then my dog got a haircut, and you feel bad because one side's worse than the other. Oh, not a good dog haircut. Okay, so we are going to move on to kind of the more, okay, it's very controversial because some people, I was going to say, a more grown-up version of Tinkercad, but that's not really what it is. Okay, so it's a different, and it is more robust. But like a lot of times you can crank something out real quick in Tinkercad, where on OnShape it's going to take you a while. But there's sometimes like making a chess piece, OnShape way easier. You can make a chess piece in like 2 seconds. Or in Tinkercad, then it takes a little bit. So anyway, so we're going to do OnShape. And so the trickiest part about this whole thing is signing up. So you're going to go to OnShape, product development platform, okay? And then notice I'm in the incognito because I already signed up. And you're going to sign in. Okay, don't click request a trial. And then it says don't have an account, sign up. And then here, this is where it gets tricky. So, oh man, I really hope that they didn't change this, okay? I don't know. Let's see. It says request. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, we're going to do this. And here's the deal. If this doesn't work, well, let's see. I already have an account. I don't really want to sign up for another one. So anyway, check, see. Adams, RJ Adams at Defco Schools. .us. Oops, I'm going to be a student on this one. Grade school. Check that box. Okay. Create a new account. School name. Green Mountain. Let's see. Website URL. So then you got to go to GM. Rams. Oh, there it is. Copy the URL. Okay, so you get the box right there, and so take out that last backspace, and then it works. Okay, City, Lakewood, State, Colorado, Country, USA, Uganda, maybe. Gosh. United States of America, United States right there. Graduation year, whatever you got. I don't know, I'll say that. Because my teacher told me to. Okay, 13, yes. I agree to use this plan, yes. Yes. I'm not a robot. Oh my gosh. Okay. We just helped a car learn how to do something. Create an account. Fingers crossed. All right, so now I have just signed up for 2 accounts. It's okay. Now I gotta use this video every year though. All right, so now I'm gonna check my account. So I go over here, go to my Gmail. Should have done this a little earlier. It's all right. Ooh, oh man. Okay, my account is ready. Activate account. My daughter's son Girl Scout cookies, but I don't know. Cookies, sure. All right. Ooh, now see, there we go. Activate our account. So now I'm not going to use. I'll just suggest strong password. Oh, now you guys can see it. So now I can't use that. I'm just going to type in my own. I love cookies. Okay, it's a good idea not to use the same one for this whole time. And then there you go, get started. It is better to use the suggested, and I doubt anyone would have rewound, but you could rewind. Yes, update password. Okay, so now look at this. This is a little different. So it's a good thing we're doing this, I guess. All right, so default unit. Everything we're gonna do is gonna be in millimeters. Okay, so we're gonna click here and we're gonna go millimeter. All right, angle units is good. Mass unit, we want kilograms. Decimal, these are all good. Okay. All right. So now, next, really suggest that you get a mouse for this. And if you don't, you see on Monday, I might be able to give you one because we have some extra junky ones. They are like $12. So if you don't have one at all, you might want to get one. You could also go downstairs and steal the one from your parents' computer. Okay. All right. So here's how you do it. Zoom, pan. You can just hold down the button or control. Right mouse rotates there. You guys can read those. Okay. There's my profile. Whoops. And now we're done. Okay. Now here, if you aren't using a school Chromebook, I had like one student have problems with this, but you need to make sure you check it. I forgot to give the speech at the beginning. We're going to do this for quite a while. So if right now you're like, oh, it didn't work, I guess I won't do this part of it, you're going to have a bad time. And you're going to end up with an F for quite a long time. So make sure that all that works. If it doesn't, talk to me in the chat and we'll figure it out. Okay? All right, here we are. Brand new OnShape. I'm going to just use this one. We're going to go for it. Okay, so now I better close out. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I guess oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, no. Shoot. Did I close it? Oh, I'm such an idiot. All right. OnShape. Hopefully I'm still in. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding? Sometimes I guess you got to sign in again. It doesn't keep you signed in, which is kind of BS. You know what I'm saying? It's a little worrisome that they keep your location. But okay. All righty. Okay. So now. All right. So now we're going to create a new document. Boom. All right. We're going to call this one basic. All right. Okay. So this is the. Oh my gosh. Click through all this stuff. We're done. Okay. Now here, if you don't have a mouse, you can still pan and stuff over here. So if you see, if I use just my if I use my touchpad, I can get through all the sides and then you can slowly zoom around here. So you don't absolutely positively need a mouse. That's not something you need to have, but it makes life a little bit easier to do a little bit of things. Okay. And right now we want to just look at the front. So like, honestly, today, like if you're like, oh, I don't have a mouse, so I can't do the day assignment, you can do the day assignment. And maybe I will. No mouse today for me either. Okay. All right. So luckily, all our defaults are in millimeters, so things are going to be happier. I'm actually following the tutorial called Completing the Basic Sketch Exercise. And so if you'd rather just go straight to that, you can. I'd suggest maybe this one, paying attention to me, because life's a little bit, I got some hints for you. Okay? All right. First hint is I can get rid of a lot of the stuff that we're looking at right here by turning off the eyeball there. Okay, and that's okay for right now because it's going to be easier if we don't do any of it all. Okay, now up here at the top, these are all things you can do, but there's like we're not going to do any of those today. We're going to click on sketch and make a new sketch. Okay, now it says sketch plane 1 and it says pick a sketch. And so we're going to do the front sketch. Notice you should have the yellow square there. and click boom. Okay, now we have sketch 1. We can see it. If you do not see this right now, it's because you do not have front. So see how this is front? We are looking at the front pane. Okay, now notice my top part, everything changed. If I click this green button, which of course you're gonna, everything goes away, and then you're like, oh, what happened? Okay, so you have to leave this open to draw on the sketch. Once you click OK, boom, everything changes, boom, okay, everything's back. All right, okay, so now we're going to draw a sketch. Now, SolidWorks, a lot of these CAD, okay, another thing is there's several different types of CAD programs, and I just called this SolidWorks, and it's definitely not SolidWorks, but they all work kind of on the same idea. Okay, so when you go, if you're like super awesome at SolidWorks, and then you get a real engineering job, and like, oh, we only use the other one, which I can't remember right now, AutoCAD. We only use AutoCAD. Oh, you got to quit. Okay, we don't want to do that. So we want to like be able to put your ideas on the computer, not really be the best at it. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is based on constraints. So when I do this, when I make a circle, you're going to click on circle, and there's several choices. I can do center point, I can do 3-point, I can do ellipse. I'm going to do a center point circle, and I'm going to make a circle right there, which is not what I did at all. Okay, so I got to click on it, make sure it's blue, and you're going to make a circle. Okay. Let's see. We're going to make another one and try and make it around 35 centimeters. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to change that later. In fact, that's like step 6, but I wanted to just kind of, it's a pain if you're really, really far off. Okay. So we're going to make one more. And notice when I take my mouse or my little cursor there and I go over this circle, a little symbol, and that means concurrent. So that means they're touching each other. Okay. The yellow. And then here, when I do yellow, that little symbol shows up. Those symbols are like super helpful, but then also they're like kind of the bane of everyone's existence. So if yours does not work out, it is probably because the constraint is wrong. So I'm going to make sure that the center dot is highlighted, click, and make this one around 70. Sure. Okay. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now notice 2 things happened. 1, made the circle. 2, the dark gray, and this means that it's an enclosed space and we can actually do something. We always want dark grays. Okay. All right. So next, we're going to draw some lines. So we're going to come up here and we're going to, we're going to go to the line 1, which should be super close, all the way over here. Here's a line. And we're going to make a line that goes from here, from the center, and we're going to make it out here, and we're going to make it something like that. Okay. Now, notice once again, before I click off again on it, okay, there is, see, well, you can't see because I'm pointing. There's a parallel line symbol, and it's yellow. So you want to be really, really careful with that. In fact, today we're going to move this off, and so it doesn't show the parallel. Okay. So boom, click. And so what that is, oh, and you guys see how another one shows up. You got to double click to say, I don't want to draw anymore. If another one shows up, you got to hit escape. And then your line finishes. Okay. All right. We're going to turn this into a construction line. So click here, and this is a construction line. And what that means is it's not really part of my drawing, but I want to do some stuff based on it. Okay. Next, I'm going to make 2 more lines. Now notice my circle. Okay, I could make a line anywhere I want. Dogs. I'm going to make sure that it touches the circle. And once again, that means concurrent. Click. I'm going to make this line longer. Now notice it's a construction line. We don't want that. Also notice that it's parallel. You see how it's yellow dotted? We don't want that either, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. And then I forgot to double click, so I'm going to hit escape. If I want to turn this to not construction, I come turn that off. Okay? Feeling pretty good? Okay. I'm actually going to do the next ones kind of faster here. So we want this guy. We're going to kind of go extreme, and we're going to make sure, like doubly check that none of our stuff is parallel. Okay, so don't let your line like here. You can be real careful. So you see how now it's perpendicular? We don't want that. So we don't want any kind of yellow there. Just trust me on this because it's going to make life easier. But we are going to, at the end, make it yellow here. Okay? So boom. Do you see how it turned gray? Okay, that gray. And then I forgot again, so escape. Okay, so that gray means that we're in enclosed space. Okay? So now, this is clearly not what we want. So we are going to go ahead and do some stuff here. All right? Let me go back here and double check. Okay, so first, this line, we're going to click on this line, and we can come up here, and this is all of our attributes. So I can make it parallel or horizontal, I guess. So we want it to be horizontal. And notice things kind of pop over. Okay, here we want this one to be, whoops, we want this one to be vertical, this one to be vertical. Okay, we want this to be horizontal. Now, like, I know some of you are like, well, why didn't we do that? Just do that while we started. And the thing is normally you will, but today, oops, don't do that. Kind of wanted to show you, and sometimes things get messed up. Like if you don't pay attention to it, it's gonna bite you. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. Now you see this line is kind of weird. Okay, we're gonna just click just on this dot, just on this point, and on this line. Whoops. Okay, on this. Oh my gosh. See, now do you see how it says sketch can't be solved? Okay, that's because I'm trying to make it horizontal and vertical at the same time. So that's where the chord is. Now, I didn't mean to do that because I wanted something else. But anyway, so I'm going to hit Control Z, and now the red is gone, and now this is turned off. So if this is turned on, that's what happened. I clicked on this, and it was like, hey, you can't be vertical and horizontal at the same time. So I'm going to click off of that. I'm going to click this line, click this point, and come over here. I'm going to make them coincident. That means they're touching each other. Bloop. Okay. Then I can click this line. Oops. Okay, this line, this point again, and I can make it the midpoint. All right. So now I've made that the midpoint. All right. Now we need to take this guy. Gotta move my hand over, and this guy, make them equal. Boop. Okay. I'm gonna take this guy, make it equal. Boop. And I don't think I need to do it now. Let's see my things. I think we're okay. Okay. So now we've done all that. Oh, we got to do one more thing. Okay. So here, do you see how my circle is kind of weird? We're going to click this line, this circle. We're going to make them tangent. All right. Now, if you're in geometry, hopefully a lot of these signs make sense. Hence, like real life geometry. When am I going to ever use tangent in real life? Well, if you're doing CAD, you're going to use it again. Okay. And then make sure that's tangent. So then I can click show constraints and I can see all of it. Okay. So this is tangent to this line. This line's tangent to this circle. These are parallel. These are perpendicular. That's perpendicular. This is perpendicular. That's a midpoint. Okay, so you can go through. Like sometimes the constraints can be overwhelming. You can actually click on one and just delete it, which makes it nice. If you have a red bar, that's where you need to look. All right. Okay, we're so close. In fact, I better go quick because I gotta upload this. Okay, last bit, we're gonna add all of the dimensions. Okay, so dimensions is kind of satisfying, kind of fun, because really you just click what you want to measure. Like for instance here, so here's the dimension one right here. If I want this line to be 200, I can either click just the line and then see how that goes down there. And we want that to be 200, so type in 200. Boom. And notice how everything gets bigger, okay? And if everything does not get bigger, go back, rewind the video, and you messed up somewhere in the other step. Let's see. This is all rotating. I don't know how to like scoot it over. That will be okay. Okay, so now next, like if I want the distance between these two circles to be 35, click on this circle, then click on this circle, and you see how it changed what we did? And then I get to make that 35. Okay, and I made the one circle smaller, which we'll kind of fix here in a second. Let me move me over. Okay, we want this to be 50. And then notice that this one becomes 52 also. And then here we want this to be 70. Hit enter, and that made it a little bit longer. Now, there is one that seems to be off. Oh, kind of annoying. I make, what is going on? I think what we need to do is make this line. Oops. Okay, see, now we don't want that, so we want to escape. So we're going to click here, we're going to make those equal as well. Okay, there we go. Now we got the perfect shape. So that is it. So notice everything kind of stays in the same, like everything stays relative. They can stay relative if it doesn't pop up. So we're going to actually stop here today and finish this one next time. So I want you to take a screenshot of this. All right, so screenshot of this right now. You should have these. I mean, it should look exactly the same as this. If it doesn't, go back, check your constraints and see. All right. Okay. If you cannot log on, if you cannot get an account, get on the chat. All right. Bye. Oh yeah, you can click. Oh, if you click, boom. Okay, then it goes away. So actually keep the sketch on because I want to see. Make sure you put the right dimensions. So if you double click on the sketch, it shows up. Okay. All right. Okay. Deuces.